Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gary. I like to make videos, beauty videos. I've made vinyl videos. I make commentary videos. I just make videos of whatever I want because it's my channel and I can do what I want. So welcome to my channel. If you saw the notification or the title of this is an anti-MLM. That is why I'm wearing this hat, because today we'll be talking about Perfectly Posh. This hat may make me look like a douche, but I don't care. It fits me. It is one of the few hats that fits me, and I don't wear this out. So I figure this is my chance to wear it in a video where I'm at least talking about this brand. So if you're here, you know why you're here. This is because anti-MLM, that's a very popular series on YouTube. I watched one and then my whole video recommendations were flooded with them. So I wanted to kind of share my experiences. I'm a 42-year-old gay man who loves beauty, who loves skincare, kind of, sort of. But I kind of wanted to share my experience. Perfectly Posh is the only one that I've had experience with. So, first of all, follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you haven't already, Orbiting Live. I like talking with you guys on Twitter especially, and I post pictures of different things on Instagram. I'd love to have you on there. Subscribe to my channel if you like this sort of content, or if you like more videos like this. Hit the bell notification so you always know when I upload a new video, which is usually about once a week. So, Perfectly Posh. If you don't know, Perfectly Posh is a marketing level MLM, marketing level, whatever it's called, MLM. It's like, they say it's like a pyramid, but it's not a pyramid scheme. So it's a company like Avon or Mary Kay or LuLaRoe or any of those. It's where you have one person who sells stuff, but then they try to recruit you to do the same thing, and then you try to recruit people, and then they try to recruit people, and all pyramids back up to the top. That's what kind of business this is. I've known about these market level businesses for quite a while. Of course, if you're on Facebook especially, you probably know all about them. You have friends who's invited you. I have a special product for you, or I have a weight loss program for you that you need to try, or I have these great Sensei products that you need to try, or Pampered Chef is going on. You need to buy for me today. Or I have this great lipstick that you put on a primer first, and then you put on the other lipstick on top of it, and it's the best thing that you ever tried, Lip Sense. So you probably heard that. You've probably seen that. You've probably known somebody that's been in those businesses. Sometimes you try to avoid them like the plague because you don't want to deal with them. Other times you're kind of like, well, I might be interested. That kind of sounds like an interesting product. Let me see what it's about. But I usually avoided that stuff. I never really got into any of that. Nothing ever really thrilled me. I wasn't too interested. I love makeup and stuff, but I never really was kind of into Mary Kay or Avon or anything like that. But what had happened is my sister-in-law, who was part of the Perfectly Posh, she was a affiliate. Is that what they're called? Affiliates? Well, she sold Perfectly Posh, and my cousin sold Perfectly Posh. I never really thought about it. I never really looked at it. I really, when I see that stuff, I just ignore it and move on and look at whatever else. Well, if you don't know, I'm a huge movie junkie. I had a bunch of movies to my Vudu account, digital movies, and Movies Anywhere, same way. So I have them as part of my group, kind of like Netflix, where someone can watch any of the movies you have on there. So I had movies all the time because I'm just a movie buff, freak, whatever you want to call me. So I spent a lot of money on movies and things like that. So as a thank you gift one year, towards the end of the year, she sent me some Perfectly Posh stuff. You know how I am. I like free stuff. I don't care. You send it to me. I'll try it, whatever. But the stuff, it's kind of skincare. It's like soaps, and they have what's called a snarky bar. It's like soap that has like granules in it for exfoliation, and they have face moisturizers, and they have things like that. So she sent me a snarky bar. She sent me a bath bar, which is a huge bath bar. She sent me the face moisturizer. She sent me a face exfoliator. She sent me like 3 or 4 things. And I used them, and I really liked them. And it wasn't just once, like I kept using them over and over. And the smell of the Snarky bar that she sent me, it smelled like Aqua di Gio. It took me a long time to figure out what the smell was, but it just smelled so good. It was called The Dark. And oh my gosh, it was just so good. So I actually went on her little website, and she never tried to recruit me or anything like that to begin with. So I went on the site and I was like, I want to order some more stuff because I really like this stuff. It works really well. It's all vegan. It's cruelty free. It's all under $25. And they have a lot of different stuff, like different scents for bath bars. And I'm not a huge bath bar person, but these things last forever, like 3 months. It's crazy. So I was kind of like, oh, I'll go on and see what she has. So I ordered, and I ordered a few more things, and I got it, and I loved it. I would love the products, and I'm like, man, this stuff's really good. So it'd been a couple months, and I was getting ready to place another order, and then she tells me, this is how they get you. This is how they get you. I don't blame her. But it was smart because of how I was doing things, because I'd already placed an order, and as they tell you, oh, well, if you join under me, you can get a $99 starter kit, which will give you all the stuff, half the stuff you're already purchasing. So the stuff I was going to purchase is going to wind up costing me like, I don't know, probably close to $100, because I was ordering quite a bit of stuff just to see kind of what the different stuff is and how it worked. So their starter kit was like $99, and you get all this stuff in it. But what it does is, even if you don't want to sell it, you get a discount on the products. So I looked at it more as that way, because I figure I will use this stuff for a while, and every time I order, it's going to save me money. So that's why I joined originally. And then, of course, once you get it, you start reading through the material, and you're like, oh, I can make a little money off this. So I want to start doing that. So I did. I got it, and I joined all the Facebook groups, the 15 Facebook groups. And then everyone's so positive and excited. And, oh, we're so glad you're here, and this and this and this. And I started talking about the products because the products were good. They had hand creams. They had all this stuff. So working in a retail company, a lot of cashiers, you get dry hands and all this stuff. And it's a fun company. They have fun names for stuff. The stuff smells good, good ingredients. The owner of that company, she said she always knows like the higher end stuff always works, which is like the clinical stuff. So, but she also had a fancy for the stuff that was cute and fun. And she wanted something that married the two together. Fun names, fun scents, but stuff that also actually worked as well as some of the more clinical stuff, the higher end stuff, at a decent price. So I really like that. I like that everything was vegan, blah, 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 blah. So I got into it. I created a Facebook group, and I'm like, if I like this stuff that much, who doesn't need soap? Everybody uses soap. Everybody uses, I mean, they had some shampoo stuff at that time, but it really wasn't a lot of stuff. So it's all just like hand creams. There's some face creams. Like one was called Moisturize 911, and they had the Snarky bars, and they had the big bath chunks. They had one called like the Hunk Chunk. Like they just had fun names for stuff, and the stuff generally smelled good. So I joined it. I got some people interested in it, and of course, people at work would start buying stuff and things like that. So my problem is, I am a manager at the place I work. So I work very long days, and I don't get out a lot. I basically go to work and I come home. So the problem with MLMs is that you have to be, in order to grow your business, you have to be someone who can get out and talk to people and recruit people, because you can have people buy from you and you will make a little bit of money. But the real money is in when you have more people under you and they get people to join and they get people to join. So that is how that works. My problem is I had quite a big group, but the funny thing is like the stuff that I gave to people, people really liked it, right? But when you're trying to make some money off of it, I didn't care at first. I wasn't really in it for the money. But then I was like, maybe this could be, in my head, stupid me. And I knew better than this. I've watched a lot of MLM videos, but I just like this product so much. I was like, if anything's going to work, this is going to work. It's not, I mean, everybody uses soap. That in my head, that's what I kept telling myself. So I made the little group. I started doing live videos on Facebook. I even had I took those videos and then I put them on YouTube. I even had a video of me showering how to use the products. Yeah, so you only saw from here up, but I was in the shower and actually used the products, showed people how to use it. So, wow. Probably didn't know that, right? I saw all those videos on my computer somewhere, but I really like the product, but then that's where stuff kind of starts happening. So, the problem with some of these companies too, especially like this company, their products are good, but when you buy them, you don't need them again for 2 to 3 months. So then you might have a customer that purchased stuff, maybe spent $50, like, cool, I made a little bit of money off that. They won't repurchase from you until their stuff runs out because they don't need it. So that was kind of the issue. The other problem is you have these people who love the products who keep buying stuff, but then, you tell them about, oh, join my group. I'd love to have you as, an affiliate to me. I'll be your sponsor, your upline. You can be my downline. Or you can just buy the kit and just save money. So every time you buy, because you keep buying. But the thing is, once they do that, you don't make the money off that sale anymore. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, because if that person is only buying for them, you're not getting the profit, as much profit off of them as you did as when they were, directly buying from you. The thought is they would get other people to buy from them and you make more money that way. But the other thing is, once you start in a company like that, it depends on how saturated it is too, because then once you get too many affiliates in your area, then that cuts your, who else, and then you have people who are competing against you constantly trying to sell the same products at the same time. And then I found in my group, the people that wanted to join my group were people who are already part of Perfectly Posh. And I would do like giveaway freebies and stuff like that. And I tell you not to do that. But a lot of people do. That's how you have to get people involved. Of course, you have like the, if you place a $25 order, everybody that places an order will get something for free or do this or do that. And I just wound up shooting myself in the foot that way. And I bought too much product. A lot of it is, they absolutely say you do not have to buy the product to sell it. But the truth is, how do you sell something you've never used? So I would get at least one of each thing that came out, and I would do a video about it. I would talk about it, what the purpose was. I'd talk about the ingredients, what the ingredients did for you. They were very good about explaining all that stuff. I actually like doing that. I like doing the videos. I like talking to people. That's why I'm on YouTube talking about makeup and other things, is because I like having that interaction with people. Are you following me on Instagram and Twitter, Orbiting Live? Do it and talk to me, because I love talking to everybody. And that's one good thing I can say about this. This is what got me back. I originally had a channel where I did kind of SFX makeup. Hadn't done it for years, and I got into Posh. And then it was too much, but I missed doing the videos and stuff. So that was what really got me back into doing the actual stuff that I love. So I will have to say that it had something good come from it for me. I still have a friend that's in it. My sister-in-law is not in it. I don't think my cousin doesn't anymore. They've changed a lot of stuff. They changed it to where you're a hashtag influencer now, which is crazy to me. But my biggest issue with the company is, so they would have good products that you really liked. They're very much a seasonal company. So every time a new season started, they come out with new products. They wouldn't continue carrying the products that you already liked and used. Now that's fine if you're wanting different scents and things like that. And they were very aware of trends that were coming. So like Korean brands, they started doing like the gel to water moisturizers and stuff like that. That's great. But if you have a certain product that works well, I was just talking to my friend about this. So there is like a mask that had exfoliating properties. It's like a clay mask, but it also had apple cider vinegar in it. It smelled so good and it worked so well on my skin. Worked really, really great. They carried out for a week and then they didn't have it anymore. And they didn't carry anything comparable to it for me to buy to do that. Now then they started their core line, which is a set of products that they'll have all year long, and then they'll have their seasonal products on top of that. That was great, but It was still very basic stuff that was there. But then they come out with these hand creams. Their hand cream is one of their biggest sellers because it was so good. They're like $10. They smell good. They make your hands feel so good. They really do work. But their scents that you love, everyone got crazy and they'd be like, we're just releasing the scent. So, for instance, pumpkin to talk about. Okay, I was not part of this when it came out. This just came out this last October. This is like kind of, it's pumpkin spice and vanilla, right? I didn't even know this came out. My friend actually just gave this to me. Smells so good and I love it. You can't get this. Said it was available for about 4 days. So they would have this, they'd have their spring catalog. It'd be like fab and floral. Great, super great. New stuff, new smells, love it. They send out your catalogs. By the time you got your catalogs, because they had already put this stuff on sale, by the time you got your catalog, certain products would already be sold out and then not be replenished. Or you would get the samples for certain things and it's already sold out and would not be replenished or take 3 months before it gets replenished. So how are you supposed to sell products that aren't even available? Then it got to the summer one, which was a mermaid kind of mermaid thing. I love mermaids. Thought that was great. They sent out the catalogs. And then I got my shipment of like, you can order the products kind of a week before they release or whatever. Half the products were sold out. And then one of the products for me didn't work like the way they described it, the way they showed it. And then they kind of said, well, you just need to do this or this. I'm like, no, you're telling me to mix it up and do all this stuff. It's supposed to be like a body scrub. And I didn't talk about it. I just said, I just don't think it works. I was very honest with people. I said I wouldn't recommend it. I did a live video. I talked about it. And not even a week after that, they like sent everybody, they recalled all of it because the batches weren't right. And they just quit selling that. And I think they eventually came out with a newer, I mean, I don't blame them. All their products have been fine up to that point. There are some people that had problems with shipping with the website, but none of my people, none of me. I never had those problems. So I finally got to where my biggest thing was, I just didn't feel like they kept the products that people actually wanted. And that was the biggest problem for me. And I spent way too much money on stuff that I would never sell. Just because I had too much of it. And even though I love their products, them going out of stock of stuff, you not being able to get it, you found something that you really liked. And I was telling my friends, they're like, well, that's what seasonal is. That's why, you always want to try new stuff. I said, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with new scents, new smells, new textures, things like that. I love trying new stuff. What I have a problem with is finding a product that works really well that's kind of very specific. So for instance, that clay sort of body face mask that had the apple cider or whatever. First of all, I love the smell of it. And it works so well on me, and I still have some. It works so well on me, but they never even made anything that was similar that maybe just smelled different. You know what I mean? So that was like my biggest issue with this company is, and then of course people at their home office, you would get to know some people and then they would no longer be there. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Of course, you never know what's going on. It's the back end part of it. And just kind of some of the stuff that they changed. And it just felt like, I always said to myself, I was doing it because I enjoyed the products. And I do enjoy the products. And once it stopped being fun, I wouldn't do it anymore. And a lot of that was stuff I put on myself. But then you have the people who are always positive and never want to talk, the truth. Not that they're lying, but they'll just skim over stuff that's going on. And they know what's going on. We're not stupid. It's like, hey, stuff's not working great or whatever. And I've seen that a lot of anti-MLM people will have products that they've changed and you just stop promoting it. But I've always said this with makeup and everything else too, is that every product works different for different people. But I can tell when a product is bad, like the production quality is bad. That's the same thing with that mermaid scrub. It smelled really good. It looked pretty. but that consistency was almost like a thick wax, and it wasn't supposed to be that way. And when they first started that, they kept saying it was an issue, like we just weren't stirring it or whatever, and that wasn't the case. It should not have been like that putty taffy texture. And we were right, and they finally admitted that a week and a half, 2 weeks after it launched. And of course, then you had your people, oh, it works great for me. It was so good. I just love it. It was my most perfect thing. And I'm like, okay. You're drinking too much of the Kool-Aid, sister. Not everything has to work for everybody. You can be honest. Companies like feedback. To me, if you want to know if somebody has an issue with something, it's different if it's just like, it just didn't work for me, my skin's too dry, or I didn't like the smell of it. I mean, everybody is very sensitive to different things. So that kind of feedback should be fine. Yeah, and I felt like I spent too much money. It was too much of my effort. And yeah, it was my fault because I kept buying this stuff because I wanted to share it with people. Here, smell this hand cream. Smell this, because would you buy hand cream? It tells you. It's the same thing with fragrances. I buy fragrances online, and I probably shouldn't. But it's hard to buy things if you don't test them out, especially when it's like a skincare or a hand cream. The scents may sound okay, but you don't want to drop $10 on a hand cream if you're not sure if you're going to like it. You know what I mean? So that's why I always had stuff on hand, or I try to give very good descriptions, and I try to answer everybody's questions. So I didn't mind actually doing that. But it's true. MLMs, you have to be, like I said, my friend is still part of it. He's been part of MLMs for quite a while in the past. He's also very aware of how it works. He knows that it is a hustle that you have to do. I would say 99% of the people that join an MLM will not be successful at it because they target stay-at-home moms who just do this in your spare time and I'll be super good. Well, if you're not someone that leaves your house or goes to events or can go to events or just anything like that, you're probably not going to be super successful because it's all about marketing and getting out there and, touching base with people. So that's where a lot of these MLMs people, they draw you in with the products. Buy from them. Like, I'll buy from my friend, but I'm not going to join any of this. It's too much. I would rather just support products that I know work and maybe that's around. And it's like, even with makeup and stuff, it's hard to talk about limited edition stuff because if it's not available anymore, why are you going to talk about it? That was my biggest issue with Posh, is that they just kept changing stuff, and some of their goals were like crazy to hit, and I'm just like, that's not possible. I mean, it is possible, people are doing it, but how are they actually doing it? That's my question. You have to be a certain type of person to be able to. Most average people are not going to be successful MLMs, and just the way it's set up, unless you're in that top tier, those people make a lot of money. But they're at the top and they have hundreds of people underneath them. So they started out when nobody else was doing it. But once stuff starts spreading and more people do it and more people do it and more people do it, it just is too much. But then you have for instance, Mary Kay and Avon. I think some of those can be successful because a lot of people don't want to sell it, but people do like their products and they will keep buying from it. And, I feel like that can be kind of a good thing depending on who you are. And so that's the same way with me. It's like Posh to me would be good to buy from because I like their products. Their prices have gone up. Their stuff is over $25 now, a lot of it. Before, they always prided themselves on every product's under $25. But now it's not just like the skincare and soap. I'm seeing like CBD oils, which are fine. I love that. I love that they have that. But some of those bottles are $50. And then you have this Nosh stuff that is like, it's basically like Sugar Bear hair, but it's their own more vegan, cruelty-free version of it. Why are they getting into that? That's completely different. I mean, it's the same, but it's different. They weren't a makeup company, but now they have a few makeup products. It's just weird to me. The stuff that I liked about it, they seem to be going away from it. So all in all, that's the reason why I quit working with Perfectly Posh. And even though I love this hat, I'm sad because I love this hat. I need to find a hat that fits me this good. They always stick up like if I turn it around, so see, this fits good. It's flat. It doesn't dip in right here. And that's why I love this hat. And it doesn't have the Velcro. It's just, I can't help it. And I haven't found a hat that fits me like this, or else I would wear it. Even though I look like a trucker. A mother trucker. So what's your experiences with MLMs? Have you worked for Perfectly Posh? Have you worked for Lularoe? I do want to do a shout out. So today the person that I want to shout out is Glowing Beauty with Jamie. I'll leave her information. I believe is that her name? Yes, Glowing Beauty. She has done several anti-MLM videos because she's been a part of like every MLM. It is crazy. She's a great woman. She is from Canada. I love listening to her talk. She also is an affiliate with Gerard Cosmetics, as am I. So if you didn't know, you can use my code Gary at Gerard Cosmetics, save 30% off every purchase. It is not an MLM. It is just a cosmetic brand that believes in me, believes in these smaller YouTubers, gives us affiliate codes so you can save some money. As long as it's not on sale, if you want to go purchase a lipstick, I love their lipsticks. You don't have to. It doesn't matter to me. So it just gives me a little extra coin because I don't make any money off YouTube. I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. When I do, hopefully things will change a little bit. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great day, evening, night. Subscribe to my channel if you like content like this. Let me know if you've been a part of an MLM. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Orbiting Live. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope you're staying perfectly posh. Bye.